This is interesting.
Yes.
This was about Prince Andrew.
Can you talk
in the
about
UK.
this? Because the only thing that I'm getting from this is like a very painful piercing.
Why?
Because you keep saying Prince Andrew, but I keep hearing Prince Albert.
Ouch.
Anyway.
Hot.
I just want to know what's going on, because
This is blowing up.
whenever the royal family gets brought up,
don't
I
give
just
a
switch.
crap.
I switch off.
I
okay.
don't care about the royal family, but I did pay attention to this because it's related to the Chinese government.
Yeah.
So Yang Tengbo, this guy, Yang Tengbo, he is apparently connected to Prince Andrew. He is a Chinese spy. Now, that's a big deal because Prince Andrew is obviously involved in the government of the UK, right?
Isn't he the guy who's in like the weird Epstein Island stuff and all
Is
that?
it?
I think he is.
Well, who
Seems
knows?
like a
I
sus
actually
dude.
don't know that.
Seems like a bit of a sus dude.
Well, apparently the king's not very happy.
Well, I wouldn't be either. You know, King Charles is a upstanding fellow.
Sure.
You know?
Yang Tengbo, 50 years old, a Chinese businessman and alleged spy, was banned from the UK. Mm-hmm. Born in Yunnan, 1974. Graduated with a degree in archival science from Yunnan University in 1995 and worked in a state institution for 7 years before moving abroad for further education. Ooh. Uh-oh.
Yep.
First traveled to the UK in 2002, studied in London, and later earned a master's degree in public administration and public policy from the University of York. Founded Hampton Group International in 2005. Served as executive chairman of the UK Chinese Business Association. Red flag, red flag, red flag.
Oh, yes.
How many of these business friendship or associations
That's just
sprung up?
United Front.
Yes.
Every time. Yeah.
Granted indefinite leave to remain in the UK in 2013, averaging 2 weeks monthly stays in the UK prior to the pandemic. Here's the allegations.
2 week monthly. So he's there for half a month every
Yes,
month.
correct.
Okay.
UK authorities allege Young has strong ties with Prince Andrew and other politicians aimed at leveraging relationships for China. Banned in the UK on national security grounds by Homeland Security Suella Braverman in March 2023 after a tribunal ruling initiated legal actions against the UK government concerning these allegations and data retention after being stopped at the UK border in November 2021. So they banned him on national security grounds. I don't think they do this randomly.
And especially the UK these days, to ban someone from the UK it's almost unheard of. They're very accepting. You could be pretty much anyone and they won't stop you.
Right.
So if they're going to stop this guy,
Yes,
he's
it's
done
kind of a big
something
deal,
very
right?
badly. Yeah.
Well,
very
here's
bad.
what happened.
Okay.
Data from his devices linked him to the Chinese government and the United Front Work Department.
Of course.
This guy's got ties to the royal family and is in the United Front. Do you know what the United Front Department is? Mm-hmm. This is China's foreign influence branch of the government.
Yep.
It's to go take over sovereign nations for the interests of China.
Yes.
So this is, it's basically spies that go and do the worst things possible.
Correct.
Home Office claims he occasionally obscured links to the Chinese Communist Party and had connections that could facilitate political interference. That's what you want in the UK, right? His honorary membership in London-based 48 Group Club was cited as a potential leverage for Beijing. His connection to Prince Andrew. He was a key figure in launching Pitch at Palace, China, a project supporting entrepreneurs initiated by Prince Andrew. Communications existed between Yang and Prince Andrew's advisor regarding Yang representing the prince in China. Prince Andrew stated that he ceased contact with Mr. Yang following government advice. This is his defense.
Okay.
Yang has denied all allegations, asserting that he has no connections to Chinese politics or the Communist Party. Claims he is a victim of deteriorating UK-China relations and political climate. The Chinese Foreign Ministry criticized the UK's allegation as unjust and fabricated. You know what I love about this? He's saying the
Yes.
thing that China says.
Yes.
When China is like, if somebody gets arrested or something, it has to be because of bad relations between...
Did you hear the Chinese Communist Party told England to stop stirring trouble?
Stop stirring trouble about this. Meaning, don't look into it because it's true.
By the way, what is pitch at palace? Is that when you throw pitch at the palace?
At this point, maybe you should.
Yeah. Like, what is that? Yeah.
Maybe you should.
All I'm getting from all of this is I think if you want an easy end to the royal family, you got to go through this Prince Andrew guy. You got to give him a package of like Turkish delights or something.
Yeah.
Say, hey, here, mate, like,
salted duck.
can you put in a word?
Salted duck.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what's funny though
What?
is this has way bigger implications, and actually maybe next time we'll talk about the other
Sure.
story. This is that's a companion article to the Prince Andrew thing.
Okay,
This is a great one. This explains the United Front and the Prince Andrew situation. It's down below in the description. Go ahead and read that. Really
Excellent.
good one.
Yeah, please do. I think it's important to realize.
I think if you're going to be a democracy apologist or a person that stands up to the Chinese government, you have to understand the United Front, so read through that.
Do you think Prince Andrew would prefer Turkish delights, or do you think he'd devour a haggis? I have a feeling.
Is he Scottish? I don't think he's
No,
Scottish.
but I mean, by the look of him, he just looks like a man who would sit down and devour a haggis in one
Can
sitting.
I be honest with you?
What?
I have no idea what he looks
Oh,
like.
yeah, look him up.
I've only read words. Oh, that's him?
Yeah.
What's wrong with his eye?
Just take a look at a better picture, because that's like a random headshot. Like, doesn't he just look like he could devour a haggis?
He looks like... I feel like he looks like someone that... Oh, you know what he looks like?
Yeah.
Do you know what he looks like?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
He should wear a helmet.
Yeah, he should wear a stupid bike helmet. Yeah, exactly.
He does.
Looks exactly like that.
Oh my! Well, birds of a feather.
Yes, exactly.
Sometimes you can just. Sometimes there's a type.
Yeah, there is. Killer internet routers made by, you say router, right? No, yeah, you say router.
I say router. Yeah.
Okay, so routers made by a China's TP-Link could be banned in the US.
This is wild. So these routers, or routers as you would say,
Router.
they are 65% of America's market share.
Do you know why?
Why?
They're very cheap.
Yes.
They're the number one selling on Amazon. It costs around about $85 for a very advanced router with, Wi-Fi 6 and all the bells and whistles. Something you would usually pay at least $200 for if you got a real brand. When I say real brand, obviously it's a real brand. TP-Link, I've used their stuff in the past when I was in China. I used their stuff in South Africa before I moved to China. They've been around a long time. Problem with TP-Link is that, this whole Salt Typhoon and all these Volt Typhoons and all these blah, blah, blah
They're
typhoons.
serious. Those are the most serious things that have happened to America.
Exactly. There's big hacks. Well, I mean, think about it. TP-Link is now a Chinese company. It's beholden to the Chinese government. So it's pretty easy for the Chinese intelligence and the hacking groups to go to TP-Link and say, okay, explain exactly what your source code is, explain exactly how your routers work, explain exactly how we gain access to this and that, and they must release it.
Yes.
They can't say no. And because it's sold all over the world, this is all theoretical, but it's very easy to see how the Chinese government could quickly and easily gain access to all of those.
It's absolutely a national security concern, especially with the fact that the Chinese government's right now living inside of our critical infrastructure.
Yes.
They've hacked America's critical infrastructure and are getting ready to destroy the country from the inside out. That's not a conspiracy. They've done this. They published this. They're in it right now, ready to turn off the electricity and the water supply. They've also hacked the telecoms networks.
Sure.
And they're using compromised hardware or easy to compromise hardware, like these routers.
If you guys do have a TP-Link router, please replace it.
I would. That would be my advice.
Please replace it with something else. If you can, replace it with something like Asus, which is from Taiwan.
Yeah, or what are the other brands?
Well, I like Asus. I like, what's that other one? What's the Nighthawk one?
Yeah, that one.
I think that's also Asus, isn't it?
No.
Look it up. We give some people some options here. Anyway,
Netgear.
Netgear, yes. Netgear is
good. That's a good one.
Yeah. Let's see what other ones.
Linksys.
Oh, Linksys is great. I love Linksys. Yeah.
Netgear, Linksys, Cisco. Asus.
Yes, Linksys is Cisco. Well, it used to be part of it.
I use Linksys. It's good.
Yeah.
To me, that's like it's like the alternative to TP-Link.
Yes, exactly. I mean? Anyway, TP toilet paper link. It's the weak link. It's the weakest link. I would suggest getting rid of it. I know they're cheap. I know they're very convenient. But you know what? Do you really want the Chinese government in your home? Yes, they probably are already if you have a TP-Link. Just saying. Yeah, let's move on from TP-Link.
Toilet paper.
It is. You TP for my bunghole. You know that old thing? Literally.
Shove a turd up your bunghole.
Exactly.
Shout
Kick you in the
Slayers.
nards. Yeah, let's move on.
Anyway, I know, we're covering very serious news and we're talking about 90s memes. Again, very, very important link. Microsoft identified the actual attack. It's called Storm 0940.
Yeah.
Microsoft's been doing amazing work, by the way, with threat detection from China. And they identified that this was the hack that would take advantage or could take advantage of the TP-Link routers. Exactly. So this has been identified. It's not necessarily hypothetical.
It's the Xiaoban Ho 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 holiday sale.
Xiaoban Ho is our Monday show where we get up to some serious shenanigans. It's a full episode every single Monday, and if you like the China show, you'll like this even more.
For the holiday season, get locked in now to get a Xiaoban Ho subscription for half price.
Wow, so good.
You get 4 episodes every single month right after they finish airing live, as well as access to the entire 100-plus episode backlog of your favorite Monday show.
Great. Current full-price Xiaobanhou members will be upgraded to Xiaobanhou Live, where you can still see Xiaobanhou Live, participate in the stream, have your questions answered, and choose the next topic.
It's up to you what you want, but either way, it's the best time to get on board, and it's definitely what you want, I assure.
This is definitely what you want, I assure.